Hello, hello, Alicia here. Thank you for being here on my channel. I'm going to talk to you about all things boudoir, books, and being fabulous after 40. And today I want to talk to you about something that I love tremendously outside of books, which is boudoir. If you don't already know, boudoir for me is a way that I do make money, but it's also a way that I get to invest in Black people, especially Black women and Black femmes. Boudoir for me is like my love language, right? And I say that because with the amount of Black women that I have worked with, I've seen a couple things, seen a few things that I do want to discuss with you all. And I want to talk about why boudoir is so important to change those things that I've seen. So first thing I want to talk about is how boudoir will allow you to get that mind, body, and spirit connection. Now, I know that you will be like, girl, like I got it. It's okay. But do you really, sis? I realize that a lot of my clients, when I have conversations with them about connecting with their bodies, because boudoir is one of those things where you really have to do that, sometimes they struggle with that. And they struggle with it for a myriad of reasons. But because a lot of my clients are older women, and if you know, like I know Black people do church like nobody else, a lot of times they struggle with that mind body spirit connection because they struggle with body autonomy. And body autonomy is important, right? And I say this all the time, and I teach this as well at a lot of at some national conferences that I've been in. Is that Black people have recently got body autonomy, recently, like within maybe one generation. And I know you may be thinking, girl, what? But yes, recently have gotten body autonomy. And I want you to really process that and think about that. If you recently got body autonomy, and especially if you are a Black woman, and thinking about like who owns your body and how you interpret that. And a big thing that I've always said to my clients, especially if they have trouble with getting into their bodies and learning their stories, because I'm all about storytelling here, is that they struggle with this because all of their life they have been told that they are too much. They are too fast, because we know that comes up for Black girls. Or they've been told that their body doesn't belong to them because their body belongs to God, then their body belongs to their father, then their body belongs to their husband. You don't hear me say your body belongs to you for a woman. And so I want to be very clear. You cannot have that mind, body, spirit, soul connection if you believe that your body does not belong to you. And so boudoir helps you with that, because in boudoir, a lot of the work I do is getting you, one, to stretch your muscles, stretch your body, because we got to stretch. Okay. And then after that, we're going to take a moment to decompress. We're going to take a moment to breathe together to get you settled. And getting you settled means I want you to feel all the parts of your body from the top of your head, right here, to the bottom of your feet. And we're doing that because I want you to connect with this part of you that realize, like, I want to do something that's just for me. Boudoir for me is the only type of photography that is just for you, because it's not a graduation. It's not a family portrait. It ain't a wedding. It's literally, I'm doing this because I want to see myself as this beautiful being, as this sexy being, as this person. And I'm doing it for me. And so having that autonomy to say, this is my body and I could do this because I want to show my body in a pleasing way for me. That is why I think the first thing is that boudoir is so special, is because of that, because I get to help women, get to help Black femmes, get to help people get into that mind, body, spirit, soul connection and really hone in on that and get to understand like their body belongs to them. Second reason why I love boudoir is because, like I said before, you get to be selfish. When I first started, I ain't gonna hold you. When I first started, because I was doing weddings, Boudoir for me was like, oh, get this gift for your husband. Get this gift for your husband. Let him, see you sexy, and then you give him a little. You've seen the videos on Instagram and stuff, on TikTok where they'll give the husband a card, or not a card, a picture, and he'll stuff it in his pocket, or give him an album. Like I did it for my sister. I gave my sister an album for her birthday. She had a boudoir session, and her husband loved it. For me now, okay, 40-year-old Alicia, okay, even before 40-year-old Alicia, but 40-year-old Alicia right now, boudoir is for you. Boudoir is for you, and the products maybe, maybe for your significant other or your partner, right? Boudoir is the most selfish photography to me, and I fucking love it, especially for Black women, because it, for me, is the way that you want to see yourself show up, and you get to capture that, right? It's all about you. It's kind of like you are, I don't want to say stripped bare, but you're kind of stripped bare, right? You can be in lingerie. You don't have to be. You can be whatever your version of sexy is. My version of sexy is not lingerie. My version of sexy is like a robe, is a t-shirt with the shoulder, okay? Is a sexy slip dress. That for me is my version of sexy. And so by being able to be a soft space for someone to show up for themselves and not care about what people think about them when it comes to showing themselves. And that could be nudes too. That's your jam. If you want to do that, fine with that. But this type of photography for me is just about you in front of the camera, no one else, which is why I tell all of my clients that they should get a large wall art. That's in my products, in my collections. You should get a large wall art, for real, because you need to see yourself. You need to see yourself as that version of you. Like you're a multifaceted being, but that version of you, where you had your hair, your makeup in the way that you like, and you looked like yourself, and you felt empowered, you felt sexy, you felt all of those things, you felt brave. That needs to be what you wake up for. That needs to be what you see when you wake up in the morning. I can tell you for myself, when I did my first boudoir experience in 2017, I actually had my images blown up, and I had 4 to 5 images. I had one in my studio space. So when my clients would come in, I call my clients my beauties, they would see that. Like that would be the first thing they see. And I had my natural hair, which was much, much higher than this. And it was an image of me bare. I had a sheet over my goodies, and that was it. In my bedroom, I had 3 images on my wall. It was the first thing I saw when I got up. I needed to be reminded that that was me, that this person was also me. And I needed that sometimes more than the average person, but I needed to tap into that. And so for me, boudoir is the best and the most selfish type of photography for my clients. Third, boudoir helps change the narrative of what a mom is. I always tell my clients that, my mommy clients, that you are a woman as well as a mother. You cannot forget to be a woman. Your children see you as mommy, but they also need to see you as a woman. They need to see how you care about yourself. They need to see how you celebrate yourself. They need to see all of those things. And boudoir will help with that. Now, I'm not saying you have to get an image that is a large wall art, okay, 16 by 24, whatever, 20 by 24. I'm not saying that you have to get a picture where, you are nude, unless that's your thing. If you're a nude household, then have at it. But if that's not you, I still believe that you should get an image, what I like to call like the headshot lifestyle images, right? I like to do those images in between because I think it's important that you still have a picture that like you're like, listen, I still want to show a little shoulder, action, maybe on the gram or something like that. Like I still want to show people like I'm that girl, I'm that person, right? I'm it. And so yes, you still need to get those images, and maybe that could be on your wall. But you need to show your babies that you are a woman as well as mommy. That is important. That is so important. As a former educator, I can't tell you how I have seen a lot of women who And I'm telling you, I've worked with maybe 500 families when I was in education, because I was in education for almost 10 years. And how their children, unfortunately, didn't even recognize, like they recognized them as mommy, but they didn't recognize them they were women. And if you are in education, you know, like I knew, kids will tell you everything, everything, everything. And so some of the stories that I've had, like at the lunch bunch tables with children about their mothers, and hearing them not recognize that their mothers are women, and hearing them not recognize like their mommies need to take care of themselves too, because it shows them, it shows little boys how they should care for the women in their life, how they should treat them. And it shows little girls like how they should care for themselves. So it's important that they see you not only as mommy, but as a full bodied, realized woman. So I truly believe that if you are a mommy, that you should do a boudoir experience. And let me just say this too, especially if you are pregnant. Oh my goodness. The amount of changes that your body goes through to bring forth life, that needs to be celebrated. I love doing maternity sessions. I love doing maternity sessions, one, because they're always fun, because you get to see the change in this woman's body. You also like the shapes of the body, the shape of the stomach, and getting them to really hone in on that sexiness. Like pregnancy is definitely sexy as well. And giving them the space to see themselves that way is chef's kiss to me. So if you're a pregnant mommy, like holla, because I love, 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 love doing boudoir maternity sessions. Like to me, they are fun. For me, it's like individual sessions, maternity sessions, and then definitely couples. I love couple sessions, but we're not going to talk about the couples right now. But definitely, mommies need to show themselves as women. Your children need to see you as not just mommy, but as a woman. If you have done your own boudoir experience, please let me know. I want to know how yours went, how you felt, what made it a significant thing for you, and like even why you decided to do a boudoir session for yourself. I know it was like 15,000 questions, but choose one of them to answer. As always, you are your most expensive and longest relationship. Any money or time that you spend on being your favorite version of yourself with a boudoir experience is never money or time wasted. And I look forward to hearing you all tell me about your own boudoir experiences. And if you have never done one before, let me know like what's holding you back from doing it. I would really, really love to know. Until next time.